You probably know Zoe Saldaña as the actress who's a part of almost all major franchises, from Marvel to Avatar. She has something of the Midas touch about her. But what does she think about her involvement in such huge projects? Well, she has mixed feelings about it all, particularly keeping its secrets. Let's see what the actress has to say about her many years in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First up, Saldaña says there are pros and cons to keeping Marvel's secrets. After working in the franchise for almost 10 years, Zoe Saldaña has opened up about the benefits and drawbacks of the studio's decision to keep its Marvel Cinematic Universe projects under wraps. Saldaña made her MCU debut in 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy as Gamora. Later, we would learn that she was the adoptive daughter of Josh Brolin's Thanos, who was killed off so that he could get his hands on the Soul Stone. But her death wasn't final either. A version of her from the past helps the Avengers out in the final battle and exists in the future as far as we know. She will return for what may be her final outing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in 2019. Zoe Saldaña was questioned about how the nature of Marvel's stringent security affected her performances while she was a guest on the most recent episode of First We Feast, Hot Ones series. The actor noted that the way the studio managed the secrecy on MCU productions had advantages and downsides, both of which eventually resulted in a nerve-wracking experience. Comparing Marvel to a cult, she explained that everyone wants to know what is happening, and the moment she puts on that green paint, they're sure that she's working on something with the studios. The benefits of keeping those secrets are that she is able to enjoy the moment when the surprise is revealed, and the audience can really enjoy the adventure that Marvel has put together. Most of the disadvantages have to be dealt with by the actor alone. They have no idea what they're getting into, what will be happening in the movie, or even know what they'll be saying. All that uncertainty can get nerve-wracking then. This view has been shared by other stars too, so this isn't news to us. Up next, does Marvel go too far with keeping secrets? The level of secrecy maintained by Marvel is now infamous in the film industry, due to the overwhelming amount of spectacle on display in practically all of their films. Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk, and Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, both famously got into difficulties behind the scenes after accidentally leaking crucial details of their respective movies due to the studio's need to keep its biggest secrets under wraps. But many actors have made their displeasure with Marvel's secrecy known. Salma Hayek, Kit Harington, Sebastian Stan, and Michelle Pfeiffer have all expressed feelings that are similar to Saldaña's. They're constantly worried that they'll give something away while having to promote the movies. As Saldaña observed above, it might be argued that keeping the major plot details under wraps ultimately benefits the viewer. But you could also argue that Marvel's inclination towards secrecy also lowers fans' hopes for their different MCU projects. They made an effort to prevent Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's reappearance for Spider-Man No Way Home from being a talking point for viewers for a brief period after leaked images of their appearances, which helped make Spider-Man No Way Home the highest-grossing movie of 2021. But others feel that the focus on keeping the web-slingers a secret reduced the impact of the movie's other notable appearances, including those of Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Electro, and not to forget, Matt Murdock. Only time will tell if Saldaña's role in protecting Marvel's secrets has ended, with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 slated to wrap up James Gunn's MCU's trilogy. Meanwhile, let's have a look at some of the major secrets that characters have kept in the MCU. First up, when Loki replaced Odin in Asgard. In the MCU, a fact you can't deny is that Loki lies. He has consistently shown that he is deceitful, a cheat, and that he will do everything to get his way. So that's what he does in Thor: The Dark World, when he staged his own demise and caused even the God of Thunder to cry. But Loki's biggest transgression was committed while he was still alive. To seize control of Asgard, he used a spell to imprison the Asgardian king, his father, Odin, and placed him in a nursing home. And what does Loki do? He transforms himself into Odin and just spends all that time enjoying the power and the riches of Asgard. Of course, Thor figured it out, but it was fun while it lasted. Up next, when Black Panther hid Bucky. In Captain America: Civil War, the superhero world split into factions and engaged in conflict with one another. Black Panther and Iron Man joined forces because they thought Winter Soldier had murdered Panther's father. But Baron Zemo had staged the whole thing to break the Avengers beyond repair. When Black Panther learned the truth, he felt sorry for the man and hid him in Wakanda and did his best to treat him instead of punishing him. And what's more is that he kept the secret from everyone because both Cap and he understood that Bucky had enemies everywhere. Coming up, when Talos impersonated Nick Fury. Nick Fury has consistently lied to practically everyone about everything because of his capacity to keep crucial information from even those he can rely on. He is the ideal super spy. At this point, Nick Fury is currently residing on a spacecraft in orbit with the Skrulls, so he isn't even on Earth. Talos, who made his debut in Captain Marvel, is portraying Fury on Earth. We're still to learn just how long this covert scheme has been running, or how many Skrulls there may be on Earth. Following up, when Hawkeye hid his family. Well, Hawkeye didn't just hide his family, but also hid their existence. In Avengers Age of Ultron, he shocked his own teammates, bar Black Widow, when he brought them all to his safe house. The one other person who knew about his wife and children and who also helped create this home was Nick Fury. Probably. The reason he did this, as we know, was so that none of his enemies would ever be able to track them down if they ever wanted to get back at him. Next up, when Nick Fury faked his own death. The best spy film in the MCU was Captain America, The Winter Soldier, which featured secrets and falsehoods from everyone. The biggest lie was, however, not revealed until much later in the film. In the movie, Nick Fury was the target of the Winter Soldier, who aims to blow up Fury's SUV. He vanished as the Winter Soldier closed in for the kill, which is when he arrives at Cap's home. He gets shot again, and even though he's brought to the hospital, he dies. In fact, Black Widow and Cap and Maria Hill all witness his death, only for it to be just another lie, because Fury didn't know who to trust. Moving on, when Black Panther kept Wakanda a secret. This secret was like no other, because Black Panther had managed to keep all of Wakanda a secret from the world. T'Challa felt compelled to preserve the family secret from the outside world that he inherited from his father. The fact that Wakanda was a technologically superior nation with cutting-edge research that the rest of the world could only envy was revealed in this movie. So, to safeguard their resources from other nations, Black Panther had to keep their nation a secret and instead convince the world that they were a third world nation instead. T'Challa ultimately decided it was time to tell the world his secret after bringing the American intelligence agent into Wakanda. Following up, when Odin didn't tell his sons about Hela. Secrets usually harm those who were kept in the dark, and it turned out that Odin had lied to Thor and Loki on multiple occasions throughout their lives. In Thor, Loki learns that he was adopted, the consequences of which would follow in Thor: The Dark World. But the biggest lie was revealed in Thor: Ragnarok, when we learned that the two had a sister. The goddess of death known as Hela had been exiled by Odin after she crushed the formidable Valkyrie army. But when Odin passed away, Hela returned, and because neither Thor or Loki knew anything about her, she easily overcame them and destroyed Asgard. Coming up, when Black Widow hid her past. Black Widow, like Hawkeye, had a lot of secrets because she worked as a spy for S.H.I.E.L.D. She acknowledged to Bruce Banner that she was from the Red Room and had a troubled past. She made a different choice that helped her defect and told Loki that Hawkeye had come to kill her. But when they spoke, Hawkeye and Black Widow both hinted at other things, including battles and missions that they wouldn't reveal to anyone, and other secrets that these two warriors kept from the public, like what happened in Budapest. Will we ever find out? Finally, when Hydra took over S.H.I.E.L.D., even though Cap's best friend was brought back in Captain America: The Winter Soldier as an assassin, it wasn't the biggest surprise. We found out that certain people from Hydra had been hiding in the shadows for many years and had been pulling strings from behind the scenes. Sleeper agents rose as Hydra attempted a hostile takeover, including Nick Fury's boss, several of Captain America's allies in S.H.I.E.L.D., and even congressional representatives in the U.S. government. Needless to say, we were as shocked as Cap. Do you think Marvel goes too far with keeping secrets? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one!